May the 4th, like Christmas, has become a commercial holiday. Sales on Star Wars action figures and video games and all this. It's like how much money can we extract from the Star Wars fan? But I wanted to do something a little different on May the 4th. I wanted to check out a Star Wars fan edit, but done in the style of heavy metal. Let's check out Heavy Star Wars. A fan edit by M. Red the Fed. Heavy Star Wars is Star Wars with a rocking soundtrack. Heavy Star Wars takes the existing action and adventure, trimming away unnecessary story, action, and bad acting, and replaces the soundtrack with rock music. Now, as with any fan edit, I do not link to the fan edits themselves in the YouTube video. But I will say that in the description, there is a trailer for Heavy Star Wars, and in that trailer, like right at the beginning, it shows the link to where you can download these. So that's where you can find them. Now, MRed the Fed, or Mred the Fed, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but anyway, he reached out to me a couple of months ago and said, hey, I see you do fan edits. Maybe you should check these out. And I was like, okay, I'll definitely check them out. I didn't check them out for a long time, but I was thinking about it, and it was still in my unread messages, and I was like, you know what? Let's take a look at this and see what it's all about. And immediately I was like, wow, okay. Now what he did is he started with episode 3. Okay. Then he went back and did episode 1, then episode 2, then he did the original trilogy, and then the sequel trilogy. So he's done all 9 movies in this style. Now, what we're focusing on today is episode 4, A New Hope, Heavy Star Wars. The music that he uses is very eclectic, I will say. I mean, from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, it's got that very vintage sort of feel, especially now, which is kind of weird to say because that's a lot of the music I grew up on. But anyway, it was really cool to see it, and it was actually fun to sit there and try to anticipate what songs were going to be used. I was always wrong, and but very pleased most of the time. I will say that sometimes John Williams' music kind of bleeds in, over the track being used, and it's simply because he's trying to isolate the dialogue, get rid of the music so the dialogue can remain, but the new music track that he's chosen can come through correctly. Doesn't always work, and he's probably got limited resources to be able to do this sort of thing. I mean, it's not easy to do that with one single audio file and take out the actual dialogue from that. It's not easy. I will say though, for the most part, an amazing job. The editing here is top notch. And he was talking about how if you look at it on fanedit.org, you can see that he was trying to make sure that the mix didn't get overpowering at any time. And I have to say that yes, you definitely did that. It was really a joy to watch. I don't want to spoil some of the songs he uses because some of them are really, really quite clever and some are really funny. There's actually one in particular where it's sort of a callback, and it happens a couple of times, and it never hesitated to make me laugh. So kudos for that. But one in particular I do want to talk about, and it's just because it was so unexpected and it worked so well. It's the theme from the animated show Battle of the Planets. And for some reason, I went nuts for that. I gave a fist pump. I love that show. I loved that show when I was a kid, and it works beautifully in where he put it here. I really, really like that. Many of the scenes are edited down. He says something like, what is it? Unnecessary story, action, bad acting. I don't think it's bad acting he's taking out. He's distilling the scene down to its bare elements. I would not suggest that you show this to somebody who's never seen Star Wars before, because I don't know if it would make sense. But because I know the story so well, it was really fun to almost see like a remix of how everything is presented. There's one scene in particular where I was like, I don't know what's going on here. This is almost like a disco moment in the middle of it. I got a kick out of it though. I can't understate this. The amount of editing that he had to do to get this to work the way that he was intending for it to work, it's a big thing. It's a lot of work, and he did it for all 9 movies. That's super super impressive, and I have to applaud his dedication to this idea. I think it's really really fun, and now I kind of want to go back and watch some of the other Star Wars films in this style. I think it'd be really really fun to do. Overall, I have to say, look, I really, really enjoyed this fan edit. It's strange to have something not so transformative, but more of like a remix, and just it gives it an energy that I hadn't really experienced in this movie in a very, very long time. And I've seen this movie countless times, like a scary amount of times, right? So yeah, it's really cool to be able to like enjoy this on a new level, which is really really fun. So you tell me, have you seen Heavy Star Wars or any of the Heavy Star Wars edits? And if not, are you planning to? Let's talk about it in the comment section below. So thank you all so much for watching, and may the 4th be with you.